Alright guys, what's up? This is the November update, and let's get started. So I'm gonna do this update a little bit different than most of them. I'm just gonna kind of do a entire walkthrough of the Jeep, so it might be a little bit longer, but I can stop getting questions every other video asking what this is and what that is. So we're gonna go ahead and start in the rear here. It's the Poison Spider BFH bumper. No tailgate, obviously. It's custom cage, and this is a Synergy rack that I put on some 1/4 inch thick brackets, so it actually holds my weight, if not more. A spare wheel, no spare tire yet. I'm gonna put a spare tire carrier back here, so that'll be fun. Some rigid diffused lens reverse lights, perfect for reverse or like a rock crawling light, because it scatters the light everywhere and there's no specific beam. Even if you have floods, it still has a specific beam. This is just everywhere in a 15-foot radius, so that's pretty awesome. Next up is the corner armor. So this was Poison Spider corners that I comp cutted and then extended and welded a rub bar on. Poison Spider body armor that I put some welded some sliders put onto it. So it's custom roll cage. It's 2-inch 1/8 inch wall DOM and HRAW mix. That red top is a spider web shade. It's got the Love Nuts Off-Road logo on there. It's pretty cool. So here are some Best Top tube doors, and they have their fabric cover piece with some stuff on here. It's cool because you can still use upper windows if I ever want to do that. So front suspension wise, the front bumper is a custom one that I made. I put some flush LEDs with some flood lenses in them, and it holds my warm winch with synthetic line. So front axle, it's a PSC 2.5 inch full hydro, so that means there's no drag link anymore. It's all hydraulic fluid. I also went ahead and triangulated the suspension, which means no track bar. So it's got upper triangulation, and the lowers go onto an Artec cross member there. So this truss and the ram mount here is all Artec mounts for the coilovers, Artec control arm mounts, Artec high steer. They got great products and it all fits perfectly, so why wouldn't you go with them? It's got the factory inners right now, so it's 410 gears. I actually welded the differential, so it's a spool up front, locking hub, so I can still drive it on the street. It's 30, I want to say 32 spline inners and 30 outers. It could be 35 inners. I'm trying to go off the top of my head here. It's been a while since I looked this up. My hydraulic cooler for my steering. The tires are a Super Swamper TSL SX 43 by 14.5 by 20. Puppies are brand new. Probably have 100 miles on them, maybe less. And on some Spider Lock 20-inch by 10-inch bead locks. So those are pretty cool. That's just the factory finish, the aluminum raw finish. Probably have them powder coated. We're gonna go ahead and move to the Twisted Stitch racing seats. These are some blue, or some silver and blue and black, with some DJ safety harnesses. Pretty basic, interior. Some Best Top floor mats and an underseat lock box by Best Top, which is pretty cool. So the cage, since I covered up the back door here, I went with kind of a JK8 kind of setup, but cheap poor man's version. Cut and weld, cover, repeat. So it goes back, obviously it stops right behind the driver's seat, and it keeps going for looks and structural stability. A-pillar, got a gusset on there just for extra strength. Some 2 vertical nodes. cross member with just 2 parallel bars. This is just for head clearance since my cage does sit lower than a standard cage. I didn't want to go with triangulated setup just for headroom. I really wanted to keep it lower just because I like that look better. So it actually has 2 front cross members up here. One right here, which is straight across, and then one that's angled for that better look. Plus it's stronger, so why not? So I went ahead and put some horns on the end of the tubes here. One cool thing is the factory windshield still fits. So that's pretty neat if someone's into that. A-pillar goes down, and currently, the door's locked, left my key at the house. Bolts on to the pinch seam here like a regular sports cage would for a JK. B-pillar comes down. Okay, sorry about that, I got a phone call. B-pillar comes down, bolts to the floor, and then bolts on both sides, pinches it, and welds to the frame with some 1/4 inch thick DOM tubing. C-pillar currently just bolts in the factory spot back there, which is all reinforced and everything. So, and because there isn't all that much strength relying on that right now, that's not too big of a worry. In the future, probably will add this, go straight down, add it to the frame there, so it's another point. And I will also frame mount the front part of the cage there as well, so it's to the body and then also to the frame. So audio, factory head unit, some kicker speakers in there. Then I just have a Boss wakeboard speaker back here, which is, I wouldn't recommend. It just, works. Still sounds fine and everything, it's just not what I wanted. So I'm gonna go ahead and either find some new ones, put one on each side, or make some out of some PVC. So we'll see how that goes. Rear axle. So this is a 14 bolt. The front is a Dana 60, sorry about that. The rear is a 14 bolt. Disc brakes. It's just a 3-link from Rock Crawler up top. See if I can get in there. Yep, Rock Crawler 3-link up top. I got coils right here. Some purges and retainers put in. So it's got a track bar, lower control arms, Tom Woods 1310 drive shafts. I just went with 1310 because that's from my previous build before I restarted this, and I'd rather change a U-joint off a drive shaft than change an axle shaft or some pinion gears. So that's just my opinion on the fact. My braking system is the J8 upgrade, so these puppies actually stop when you hit the brakes, which is pretty nice. The factory system would not handle these bigger calipers in the rear, and then the 2 pistons up front. So again, Artec truss, Artec track bar mount, Artec lower control arm mounts. It's a Barnes, I believe it's called, steel 1/4 inch thick differential cover. And then this Artec truss, backbone which actually welds to the differential and then bolts on to this backbone truss for more strength. Hashtag truss all the things. So yeah, rear recovery. And I believe that's it. So, back here. So yeah, all this stuff is a long arm. This is the Artec mounts. I went ahead and welded on some extra tubing that I had lying around as a bit of a skid plate because these guys sit kind of low. So the rocks will scrape off that instead of bashing right onto that one to slide off. So then I went ahead and used a shock back here. Don't mind all the factory brackets, I still haven't cut all of them off yet. It takes a lot of work to do that. And I welded on a shock mount right here. So it's on the control arm, so it's a trailing arm setup. This factory size shock actually gives me 18 inches of travel in the rear, which is obviously limited by the coils and the track bar, but gives you a lot of travel. So then on the 14 bolt there, we have a pinion guard, a bridge, because a lot of the 14 bolts like to spin from the axle tubings that welds a brake, so it's welded on and it's got the bridge, so it ain't going anywhere. Dynamax exhaust, factory skids, non-Rubicon transfer case, again 1310. So the front shocks are Fox Racing 16-inch coilovers. Hold on here, I'm gonna get the hood open. So 16-inch coilovers that come up to these Artec towers, you know, welded brakes all the way across. If you want it to be removable, you just cut it and add in some, either a piece of, you know, 3/16 or 1/8 inch or something like that, and bolt them together so it's removable, or however you decide to do it. There's tons of ways, so that's not a problem. Factory engine, cold air intake, since I no longer have, you know, room for the box here. My hydro is my full hydro fluid. So the upgraded brake system comes with a larger booster, this black guy here, a larger master cylinder, which is a solid 2 inches longer and bigger than the factory master cylinder, and a new reservoir, which is awesome. Still retaining all the factory lines and everything like that. Get this closed. And then my most recent, and by recent I mean I was doing it last night at 3 a.m., is I went ahead and vinyl wrapped it. So yeah, I don't know if you can call it the Black Widow anymore. I didn't do the grill because I don't actually have enough vinyl at the moment. But I'm not fully against this look, so we'll see how it goes. Good thing about vinyl is I can peel it off if I don't like it. But it is an OD green. At the corner panels, the hood, the cowl, everything like that. I went ahead and did this, you know, stripe, so it's something a little bit different. It's not just fully green. I'm either gonna put a green, like 2-inch stripe up the center of it. This is about 6.5 inches right here, all the way up. Or maybe I'll put the name of the Jeep, which I might actually change to Widowmaker since it's not really Black Widow anymore. Who knows? We'll see. I'm up for suggestions if any of you guys have anything. But yeah, I believe that is about it for this video, this update. That's pretty much all I've done to this Jeep. I bought it stock, built up a Dana 30, 37s, rock crawler mid-arms. Ended up breaking the Dana 30, and that actually wasn't from off-roading. I went to Moab, did everything on there. Everything out there, and never broke. I broke it by pulling a Porsche out of the snow. So I went ahead and upgraded the Dana 44s, and that was the perfect Jeep right there. But as you know, I like to list my things for sale and then not sell them, and sell them and not sell them. So I went ahead and pulled those guys, pulled everything off, sold everything, and built this thing. So yep, that's about it for this this month. Sorry this video is long, but you know, it's everything, so I don't gotta keep going questions every single week about what is this, what is that. If you guys do have any questions, comment them below. I'll do my best to get back to you. So